Have you ever wondered that true success in life doesn't just come from studies, money, or good connections? Real strength, real growth comes when we face difficulties head-on. Yes, those very struggles, the ones we often try to run away from. In a quiet little village lived a curious young boy. His eyes sparkled with dreams, but his heart carried questions. Every single day, he would ask his grandfather, "Grandpa, what's the path to success? How can I become great?" Grandpa would remain silent. He'd just smile gently and say, "In time, my boy, you'll finally answer yourself." Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. But the boy's question remained the same. How can I truly succeed? He grew restless because everyone in the village told him the same thing. Live a safe life. Don't take too many risks. Don't overthink. Just be happy with what you already have. But deep down, the boy couldn't accept it. His heart kept whispering, is a comfortable life really enough? Or is there a deeper truth I'm not seeing? One day, Grandpa called him over. He brought out 2 tiny plants, fragile, green, and exactly the same. Grandpa said, "Son, it's time you learn from these plants." He placed one inside the house in a safe, protected corner. No rain, no harsh sun, no storms. Only comfort. And the other plant, he planted outside in the open yard, where winds would blow, rains would fall, and the scorching sun would test its strength. Every challenge of life, that plant would have to endure. The boy was shocked. "Grandpa, why are you being so cruel? Why make one of them suffer?" Grandpa simply replied, "Time will give you the answer." And then time began its work. Days turned into months, months into years. For years passed, and now, those 2 plants were no longer the same. They were telling 2 completely different stories. But what happened after 4 years that changed the boy's life forever? 4 years, yes, a whole 4 years had passed. That little boy had now grown into a thoughtful teenager, but his heart still carried the same question. What is the real secret of success? And today, his grandfather showed him the plants again. The first one, the plant that had been kept safely inside the house. Yes, it had grown a little taller. Its leaves were green, but it was fragile. So fragile that even a gentle breeze would make its branches shiver. Then his grandfather turned and pointed toward the plant outside. That tiny seedling had now become a mighty tree. Its roots were deep in the ground. Its branches stretched upward as if touching the sky. And its leaves carried a glow carved by years of storms, rains, and blazing sunlight. The boy stood speechless. "Grandpa, how is this possible? They were the same in the beginning. Then how did one grow so tall and strong?" His grandfather smiled softly and said, "Son, the difference is simple. One plant always lived in comfort. The other had to fight every single challenge. The plant inside never faced a storm. It never felt the burning heat of the sun. It never endured the pounding of the rain. Its life was easy, but that easy life made it weak. And the plant outside, it faced every storm head-on. It stood strong under every drop of rain. It embraced the scorching heat. And that is why today it stands tall, powerful, unshakable." Now think about it. Isn't life the same for us? When we run away from problems, we become like that indoor plant. Safe? Yes, but weak. And when we face challenges, when we walk through the fire of failure and victory, that's when we find real strength. That's when we earn true success. His grandfather gently placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "Son, if you truly want to grow in life, step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of problems. Don't hide from challenges. Because real growth is always hidden inside struggle." 2 plants, 2 lives. One chose comfort and stayed weak. The other embraced struggle and grew into a mighty tree. The boy's eyes lit up with hope. But deep inside, a new question began to rise. Does every struggle, every hardship truly lead to success? Or can struggle sometimes break us apart? The grandfather took a deep breath and said, "My son, struggles come in 2 kinds. One that breaks you, and one that shapes you." The boy was startled. "Grandpa, how do I know the difference?" The grandfather leaned closer and said, "Think about that tree outside. Of course, it must have feared the storms. But instead of giving up, it dug its roots deeper. It turned every blow of the wind, every drop of rain, every scorching sun into strength. That's the difference, my boy. Those who learn from hardships grow stronger with time. But those who see struggles as only pain slowly wither away." You've seen it in life too. Some people face one failure, and they quit. They blame destiny. They blame life, and they break down. They're like the plant that stayed inside, safe but weak. But then there are others. They fail, they fall, but they rise again. And with every fall, they grow tougher. Those are the ones who become like the tree outside, unshakable, unstoppable. Now think about your life. How many times have you faced struggles? How many times have you fallen, felt defeated, and thought it was the end? But remember this, struggles don't come to destroy you. They come to reveal how strong you really are. The boy's eyes filled with tears, but this time not from fear. They were tears of confidence, of courage. He whispered softly, "Grandpa, now I understand. I shouldn't run from difficulties. I should learn from them." The grandfather smiled, nodding slowly. "That's right, my boy. But never forget the real test is still ahead." The boy was stunned. He asked softly, "Grandpa, what test are you talking about?" Grandpa's voice grew deep and serious. "Son, the greatest test in life is facing your own fears, stepping out of your comfort zone. Because without taking risks, no one can ever become truly great. Listen carefully. When a person chooses a comfortable life, yes, he feels safe, but that safety becomes the biggest chain holding him back. He never learns to fly. And those who dare to take risks, those who move forward despite their fear, they're the ones who rise to the highest peaks." Grandpa pointed toward the sky. The great tree outside was swaying proudly in the wind. "Look at this tree. If it had always stayed inside, protected and safe, it would never have reached the sky. But because it faced every storm, today it touches the clouds." Success is not about avoiding the storm. It's about having the courage to stand tall in the middle of it. Now think about it. Do you want to be like that tree? Do you want to face life's challenges and discover your true strength? Then remember this. Don't run from struggle. Learn from difficulties. And most importantly, step out of your comfort zone. Because real success only comes to those who take a step forward, even while trembling with fear. With tears in his eyes, the boy bent down, touched his grandfather's feet, and whispered, "Grandpa, now I understand. The secret of success isn't hidden in books. It's hidden in struggle, in experiences, and in challenges." Grandpa smiled warmly. "Exactly, my son. Always remember, a safe life will only give you comfort, but a life of struggle will make you great." Friends, if the story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it so others too can learn to turn their struggles into strength. Hit that like button, write your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because every week we bring you stories that will touch your soul and transform your life.